Hey guys, welcome to Pregnancy and Postpartum TV. Today we're doing a full body pregnancy Pilates inspired workout. You don't need any equipment for this workout. However, if you do have some light dumbbells available, I'm going to use 2, 3, or 5 pound dumbbells. You could also just grab some water bottles or do the arm movements without weights at all. We are going to do a couple of moves on our knees as well. So if you have a mat, you could either fold up your mat or grab a blanket to put under your knee if you find that your knees bother you. We're going to target all areas of the body, and I've also included a really nice stretch. We'll start standing up. If you're sitting down, you can come up standing, however is safe for you. The first few moves will be a little bit of a warm-up. Let's start in a wide stance, feet out at a 45-degree angle. We can take our hands to our hips. Let's squat down, making sure that our knees are over top of our ankles, and squeezing our legs and our glutes, coming up, sinking down, feet dragging on the floor towards each other for strong legs. Couple more here. Knees are pressing towards the back of the room. Let's come down and stay here, pulsing. Good. Lifting your heels up if that's comfortable for you. A little bit more pulsing. We can place our heels back down. Good. Let's hold here. Bring our hands up behind our head, and we're going to drop our elbow using our oblique and coming back up. Exhale, using the obliques on the other side. Last one. Good. Come on up. Shake it out. Next, we're going to take our feet about hip width distance apart. Let's bring our arms up in front of us, creating a square. We're going to keep our chest lifted. We're going to sink back as if we're sitting in a chair, and then come up, raising up on your toes, keeping your core engaged, your baby pulled in towards your spine. Moving with control. Let's do one more. Good. We're going to pick up some light weights, or you can use water bottles, or you can do it without any weights at all. I'm going to use 3 pounds weights, but you could also use 2 or 1. But we're really looking for a light weight here. We can take our feet hip width distance apart. We're going to lift to the side. This might feel easy to start off with, but it is going to get more challenging. Two more. Good. Now we'll lift side and to the front. Palms are down. Shoulders are relaxed down your back. Core is strong. Last one here. Good. Let's turn our palms out, and we're going to bicep curl out to the side. Keeping your upper arms nice and steady. Good. Now we'll bring that forward and out to the side. Last one here. Now we can bring our palms forward, out, and we'll bring them in a W shape. Out again. Arms are strong. Two more. Good. Now we're going to bring our palms up and then flip them over out to the side, moving back and forth. Last one here. Now we're going to flip them up and down, rotation, up, down, up, down. My arms are really burning now. Last one. Release down. You can roll it out. Now we're going to turn to the side. We're going to target our triceps here. You can either keep your feet together and squeeze your inner thighs. However, if that's uncomfortable for you, feel free to keep them at hip width distance apart. Let's sit back in our chair again. We're going to take our arms opposite and we're going to pulse 1, 2, 3 and switch to the other side. Core is engaged. We'll do one more on each side. Beautiful. Good. Let's bring our arms down and hands or weight in towards your hip bone or lower rib, and we'll extend for our triceps. Chest is lifted here. Elbows pointing directly back. Last one. Let's roll it out. We can place our weight down now. Shake it out. Let's grab a quick sip of water and then I'll meet you on all fours on the mat. We're going to do some donkey kicks here. For an extra challenge, you can grab a weight and place it behind your knee, but you can also do the donkey kicks without any weight at all. Once we found our position with our shoulders over our wrists and our hips over our knees, core is engaged, we can lift up here, and then we're going to hold, pulse up. Good. Now we're going to tap our knee down and up. Tap down, tap it down. Last one here, good. We can also extend our opposite hand out, keeping our back stable. We're gonna bring our knee and elbow towards each other, extending out. Last one on this side. Beautiful. Bring it down. Let's set up on the other side. Getting ready for pulses. Lifting up, pulse. And tapping your knee down, down. Extending opposite arm out, keeping your back very stable, core pulled in. Last one. Good. Release down. You can place your weight back if you were using your weight. Let's come up on to our knees. If you wanted to roll your mat up or grab a blanket, you can. Let's take one foot out for a lunge. You can tap it out. Good. And we will lunge forward, making sure that our knee is not going over our toe. And I'm gonna give you a couple options here. We can either stay high here, you can stretch, or for more advanced, you can bend your back leg here for a nice quad stretch, or alternatively, you can walk your foot out a little bit, come down on your hands, or you could use a block or a ball and stretch here. You could even come down on your elbows and stretch here. So wherever you are, breathing into the position. Good. Let's release out and come up. Let's stretch in a half split here. Stretching out through our hamstrings, which we just worked. Let's flex and point the front foot. Good. Engaging your core coming up. Let's switch to the other side. Shifting your hips. And you can stay high here or feel free to move down onto your hands or your elbows. An option to grab your back foot here for a nice quad stretch. Once you're here, finding a steady breath. Feeling your side ribs and your back ribs and the front of your ribs expand as you breathe. Beautiful. Slowly moving out of the pose. Let's come to all fours. We'll do some quick hip circles here. This should feel really good. Moving the other direction. Coming back up onto our knees. This time we can face the front. You can place the blanket under your knee again. So finding a tall position, we're going to lean to the side, extend one leg out, bend that leg, hand can come to your hip, and we'll go up and down. Make a 90-degree angle with that top knee. Two more. Good. Let's stay up here. Little pulses. Engaging your core. We're going to move it forward and extend it behind you, keeping our hips very stable, resisting the urge to rock forward and back. Last one. Good. Lining your knee up with your hip. We're going to extend, bend. Four more. Last one. Good. Release down. Let's stretch out that side of the glute before we move on to the other side. Take a big breath into your back ribs. Good. Come on up again. Let's set up on the other side. Leaning over to one side, aligning our shoulders and hips. Extending that leg out and then bending it 90 degrees. And get ready to lift. Four more. Last one. Good. Bringing it up. Pulse. Engaging your core, pulling your baby in, moving forward and back. Not rocking back and forth. Last one here. Good. Lining up your knee and hip again. Straighten, bend. Beautiful. Two more. Last one. Good. Release down. Let's stretch out that side of the glute now, although you may feel it on both sides. Deep breath. Good. We're going to make our way down onto our backs. We're not going to stay on our backs if you're in third trimester. However, you could also do this over a ball or a chair if that's more comfortable. Getting down safely. Let's pull in our heels so that we can touch them with our hands. Roll your shoulders underneath. And we're going to extend one leg up, or you can keep both legs down or extend your leg forward for a modification. And then we'll press up into a glute bridge. Beautiful. Coming down and up. Last one. Good. And we're going to flex, bring it down, point, bring it up. Last one. Good. Releasing down. Let's take a breath here. Setting up on the other side. Straightening your leg up, leaving it up, or you can also point it forward. Pressing up. Good. Flex down, holding your hips up, point up, not letting one hip drop down. Last one. Up and release down. Deep breath here. Let's press into both feet now, making a straight line, coming up on our toes and pulsing here. Good. Releasing down, let's bring our knees into our chest, rock back and forth. So from here, we're going to roll over onto our side. If you are going to use a weight, you can grab a weight here. I'm going to grab 3 pounds. We're going to take our top leg over, straighten our bottom leg. We're going to do some inner thigh work. So you don't need the weight, but you can also place the weight on your thigh here for an extra challenge. We're going to lift up for 2, down for 2. Leg doesn't come down between, up, 2, down, 2. Good. And let's come up and little pulses. You're either feeling the burn or bring it up higher. Couple more here and release down. We can place our weight down now. Let's line up our body with the back of our mat. We're going to bring our feet forward to the front and turn out our legs in Pilates stance. We're going to kick up and down. Core's engaged. Last one here. Good. Let's lift it up and make circles about the size of a basketball. Core's engaged. Beautiful. Other direction. We're gonna make those circles big now. You can bring your leg forward if that feels safe, or you don't have to bring it a lot forward. We'll bring it up, back, and down, trying to prevent your hips rocking back and forth. Other direction, back, up, forward. Last one, good. Release down. We're gonna switch to the other side, or you can just roll over, keeping your weight nearby if you're gonna use your weight for your inner thigh. Crossing that front foot over, you could also place it on a block or something if you're having trouble keeping that leg there, straightening your bottom leg and using your weight or your water bottle to add a little bit of extra challenge here. We're gonna lift up 2, down 2. Leg doesn't touch the ground on the way down. Last one, bring it up, let's pulse high. A few more seconds. Good, release down. Placing our weight out of the way, let's line our body up with the back of the mat, find our Pilates stance. And getting ready to lift up, down. Last one. Good. And basketball circles. Other way. Let's bring it bigger, forward, up, back, in. Other direction. Last one. Beautiful. Bring it in. Take a breath here. Let's take another sip of water. Let's come to all fours. We'll take some cat and cow here. Exhale, rounding out through your spine. Inhale, arching your back. Moving back and forth, however feels good. We can tuck our toes and move into a downward dog. If downward dog doesn't feel good, you could also stretch over the back of a chair. If you're in downward dog, pedaling out your feet. We'll stretch out our glutes here. We can either do pigeon or you can do figure 4 on a chair. If you're still in downward dog, floating your leg up behind you and swinging it through, walking your back leg back. You can sit up tall and you can stay here or release forward. And if you're in a chair, crossing one leg over just above your knee and releasing forward. This is also great if you have a big belly because there's lots of room for your belly in the figure 4 position. Wherever you are, releasing a little bit more through your hip. Coming out of the slow pose on this side, we'll switch to the other side. If you're down on the ground, tucking your back foot, moving through downward dog, letting the other leg float up behind, swinging through for pigeon, or simply switching your feet on the chair. Deep breaths, feeling your ribs expanding, especially through the sides and the back body. Good. Coming out of the pose slowly. You can push back to downward dog. Coming back to all fours. Let's do some hip circles here. Other direction. Making our way to a seated pose. Let's stretch one leg out, tucking the other leg in. Hips are facing towards your front leg. Inhale, arms up, folding forward. You can reach for your leg or your foot. Top of the head feels like it's reaching towards the ceiling to find length. One more breath here. Good. Come on up, and from here we're going to shift our hips open so we get a nice stretch through the groin here. Let's stretch to the side, lifting up and over, making room underneath your rib for baby. Inhale, coming up. You can tuck that foot in, switching to the other side, squaring your hips. Inhale up, tipping your hips forward, reaching for your leg or your foot. Gaze is at your big toe. Beautiful. Releasing out. Let's open up to the front. Inhale up and over. Breathing into your ribs, into your side and back body. Good. Coming up, we can come back to a comfortable seated position. I'm going to read the pregnancy card for the day. I'm proud of myself for what I have overcome. I am kind. I am positive. I am full of love. I am a wonderful mother. Thank you so much for joining me for that pregnancy Pilates inspired workout. I hope that you liked it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. And of course, I will keep making pregnancy workouts every week. You can subscribe, hit the notification bell, and to support me, share this with another mom friend or pregnancy community that you think would enjoy it. I also have free resources that I will link to in the description box below. A complete guide on how to reduce and cope with pain during labor, a pelvic floor guide on how to prepare your pelvic floor for birth and the fastest recovery after. I also have a pregnancy meal plan that I put together as a registered dietitian, and you can grab the pregnancy yoga cards as well. If you're getting ready for your upcoming birth and hoping for a natural birth, I'm going to link to another video that I think will be helpful for you as well, and the whole pregnancy yoga and workout playlist. You can save it and come back to the different workouts whenever you like.